Welcome to Bite Size Rando. My name is DDR Kirby. Today we're going to be talking about this room in Eastern Palace with the 2 anti-fairies and the 4 pots. Now in this room, there's a switch underneath the bottom left pot that you need to press in order to go to the next screen. So the most obvious thing to do is to come down the stairs, lift the pot, hit the switch. But if you do this, you'll find that the left-hand anti-fairy is kind of blocking your way to the door. So if you try to walk straight to the door, you'll get hit by that anti-fairy, and that is going to lose you some time. So if you don't want that to happen, you're going to have to wait for the anti-fairy a little bit and kind of dodge it around, and you'll see that if I do that, I get a room time of around 7:42 or so. You can see that on the upper right corner here. One way to get around this is to spend some time collecting the pickups in this room. So underneath these top 2 pots, there are arrow pickups, and underneath the bottom right pot, there's a heart pickup. So for example, if you're missing some arrows still for the upcoming Red Igors or the Armosites fight, you can go into this room, pick up the arrows underneath these pots, and then when you hit the switch, the anti-fairy is going to be in the top left corner here, and that way you can go straight to the door with no problems, okay? But there is a faster way through this room. It's going to involve a stair lag cancel. So normally when you come down the stairs, if you just move straight down, there's going to be a little bit of a pause or stutter step. To mitigate that, we can make sure we move left at least 1 frame coming out of the stairs before moving downward, and that is going to allow you to get faster movement into the room. This is going to be required for the strat. So you can do the stair lag cancel by either holding left coming out of the stairs, or you can time a quick left tap coming out of the stairs. It's your preference. So after the stair lag cancel, you're going to go in between these 2 pots on the left-hand side, and then you're going to lift the bottom pot and you're going to hold downward so that you hit the switch right away. Okay. Once you do that, you're going to there's going to be a small pause when you hit the switch while the door is opening. During that pause, you're going to want to switch to holding left on the D-pad, and then you're going to walk straight to the door, and you're going to want to throw the pot as soon as you can. Okay? So in full motion, the strat is going to look like this. You're going to cancel stair lag, hit the switch, throw the pot, and then go through the door, and you'll see that I got a room time of around 7:08, so that's going to save around 30 seconds or more compared to waiting for the anti-fairy. Okay? Sorry, 30 frames, so just half a second. Now, this is the fastest strat that I know of to get through this room, but I did want to share an alternative strat involving the boots and the hammer. So if you have the boots and the hammer coming into this room, you can instead elect to walk to the left and then do a hammer dash downward. Make sure that when you have that pause, when you're hitting the switch to holding left on the D-pad, and then it's the same as before, just walk straight out the door. You'll see that I got a 7:08 this time, so the times are pretty much roughly comparable. Maybe you'll lose a few frames compared to the other strat if done optimally, but you can elect to do the strat. It is a little bit cooler, but it might be more consistent for you because the movement for the other strat is a little bit trickier. But of course, with this one, you have to do a hammer dash, so keep that in mind. Now for this strat, after you hit the switch, it is worth noting that you are not perfectly aligned with the door, so optimally you can elect to air pump upwards 1 or 2 times to get perfectly aligned into the door for a little bit of an extra time save. Now, for the original strat that I presented, where you're going to lift the pot, I do want to go over some details in the movement. So first thing I want to say is you definitely want to try and throw away the pot as soon as you can, because Link's movement is going to be slower in cardinal directions while you're holding the pot, as opposed to when you're just walking normally. So if you can see that if I wait to throw away the pot, you'll see that I got a 7:16, which is definitely slower than if I were to throw the pot as soon as I can, and that way I'm going to walk faster, and you see I got a 7:09 there. Another thing to note is you're going to probably need a cardinal movement to get into this slot, because if you're facing downward, a diagonal movement does not get you into this slot. It can work while you're facing to the left, but in general I would not recommend that, because in order to face left, you're going to have to go straight left at some point, which is going to lose you some vertical movement, so I will not recommend that. So you want a cardinal into this position here. Optimally, after you do the stair lag cancel and you're in this spot, you can elect to move down left so that you're flush against this pot here. That is going to save you a little bit of time and get you clear movement. And then, once you're in this position, optimally, when you're lifting the pot and hitting the switch, instead of holding straight down, you actually want to hold diagonally down and to the left. That way, as you're hitting the switch, you're also moving a little bit closer to the door. That is maybe going to save you a frame. And then to line up the door, instead of air pumping this time, what you actually want to do optimally is to move diagonally while the door is opening, you want to hold diagonally up and to the left so that you'll line up flush against this top pot, and at the same time you'll want to throw the pot away. So hold up and to the left, throw the pot away, and then after that you can move straight left out into the door. Okay, so it's going to look something like that. And if you do all this perfectly, I'm not super consistent at it, but you can get room times of around 7:05 or even a 7:04. So that one was really good. So that was 7:04. So try to aim for that if you're really trying to optimize your movement here. Okay, so that was a 7:06, so pretty good. So hopefully that helps you the next time that you're in this room in Eastern Palace. So definitely try to learn that strategy so that you can beat the anti-fairy and get through this room faster. But of course, if you need some extra arrows, it can't hurt to pick up these arrow pickups in this room as well.